What is going on, everybody? Philip here from the Figure Bros, bringing you guys another review. Today we're going to be doing something very different. Today we are taking a look at the Tonsen Arttoys Adolescent Malevolence. Now this is basically, yes, you can guess it just from the photo, it's basically an SH Figuarts Kid Buu knockoff. This is Tonsen Arttoys. This is their custom toy line, and we are taking a look at what they call Adolescent Malevolence, aka Kid Buu. Now, Jared and I are big fans of SH Figuarts. What we're not big fans of lately is their prices. Their prices, in our opinion, have gotten really high. So it seems like other companies have taken upon themselves to basically do spin-offs or knockoffs of their version of toys. And I'm here for all of it, because I'll be honest with you, I want a Kid Buu. I love Kid Buu. I like a lot of other characters, but they're too expensive. A Kid Buu for SH Figuarts would have ran me about $80 to $100+. This figure right here, $48. That includes shipping and taxes. And I got this figure pretty quickly, so I'm very happy. It looks good in the packaging. We'll go ahead and take them out here and take a look at articulation, all that other stuff, and see how it does compare to an SH Figuarts. I do have a figure at this size, not a Kid Buu, but I do have a figure at this size that we will take a look at. We will compare and contrast and do all of that here in just a moment. With that being said, let's go ahead and do exactly that. Let's take them out of the packaging and take a look at articulation first. All right, now that we got them out of the packaging, let's go ahead and take a look at articulation first. And real quick too, at a first glance, pretty good looking sculpt right here. I mean, really nicely done. You can see little things that are very different though from an SH Figuarts, particularly right here at the chest and all the way right down here by the knees. So let's see how that compares, and let's see if it's a good thing or if it's a bad thing. Starting off, we'll go ahead and take a look at the head. Let's go ahead and bring his arms down. Also, to be very careful, if you do go out and purchase this, be very careful with the arms. The arms come off very easily right here by the shoulder and the upper bicep. So just be careful. So starting off with the head, we get about that much movement down. Not pretty good there. We get about that much movement looking back up, so that's not pretty good. And then we get like little to no side to side. Reason for that is it's a standard ball peg, and you can see right here it should have been a double ball peg with be able to like then move the neck. You can see the neck really doesn't move all that much. They should have made this a double ball peg with like a dumbbell joint right inside there. It would have given us way more action, or they should have probably just cut a little bit more of this inside here so we can get a little bit more deeper into the neck, because when you put the head back on, it pretty much covers all that. So I don't see why they couldn't have just done cutting it. So you can see it goes in pretty deep. So it could have definitely been modified a little bit better, but okay. Not the worst, not the best. Definitely could have been much more improved. Arms though, we get way better movement here at the arms. So you guys can see we got a nice little butterfly joint that works pretty well. And then we have a bicep cut there, double jointed elbows. And again, be very careful because the arms do come off. So you just got to be careful with that one. So there you go, double jointed there. Like that a lot. No hinges there for the hands. The hands pretty much stay exactly there. A little bit of a missed opportunity there. Going down to the torso, we have an ab crunch, but barely. Again, not really getting a whole lot. He does look back pretty significantly, so that's much better right there. And again, I do like too that there's no gapping. So we don't have any significant gapping, which is pretty nice. Other thing too that SH Figuarts that would definitely differ is this little chest piece. Notice how this chest piece sticks out. In the SH Figuarts, this would have probably been more on the inside of the figure itself, along with that neck piece right there. You guys can see, definitely do a little bit differently here. So moving down to the legs, as far as splits, we don't get a whole lot movement there at all. Again, they use a more harder plastic instead of like the SH Figuarts, which would have been a nice rubber plastic right here by the diaper. This is actually hard plastic. So because of that, we really don't get much bend there at all. The knees, this is where my big complaint is, going by the legs right here, right? So we get a nice die cut, perfect. The knees, that is just hideous. Hideous. Again, that could have been done if they put another cut right there for a joint, and they could have gotten that double knee joint. But again, you kind of get what you pay for. So just know that ankle rockers, really not a whole lot there. We do have a toe hinge, which is pretty nice. I do appreciate that. Leg can also kick out about that much. Again, they used, for this little figure right here too, they used like these baggy pants. They didn't have to do that. They could have made it a little more thinner on him. He's not Majin Buu, he's Kid Buu. Like, he doesn't have that big of a baggy pants. Majin Buu had some baggy pants. Super Buu had some really baggy pants. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember if Kid Buu had that much of a baggage in his pants. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. So I would have just still shrunk it down just a little bit to give yourself some more range of motion. He can kick backwards about that much as well. So all in all, decent articulation. I would give it on a scale of like a 5 to 10. It's about average, about what you expect. Some areas, like the arms, work really, really well. The head, the chest, and the legs, not so much. You know what I mean? And this figure is pretty stiff. He also doesn't balance pretty well either. And that's because these ankles really don't want to stay. You really have to like pin him down on the ground like this. And then still, he doesn't want to stay. There we go. So not bad. Not bad, not the worst. Again, a 5 out of 10 on articulation, like I've said. Look and design. He definitely looks like Kid Buu from Dragon Ball Z, right? Like, he definitely looks the part. The paint here is actually not bad at all. We actually have some different shades of pink here. Like, the head is really nice, that nice bubble gum, and then right here in his chest and his arms has a much like almost like a red pink. I do like that they actually dotted all the holes for him, all his little steam holes, and then the back actually looks pretty good too. So again, the pants and everything pretty good, all the way down to like his guards and stuff. Nicely done painted. I do like this black that they did. Nice little metallic, not metallic, like a latex black. So it's a really nice paint job here. I don't see any QC issues, which is really nice, by the way. I was expecting to see a couple, but I don't see any at all. So pretty good there. As far as looking design goes, I think they actually did a pretty fairly good job here. Definitely better here than they did with articulation. Okay, so moving on, let's go ahead and talk about accessories. I do think that's where the figure definitely shines. If you were to buy this just for the alternative heads, the effects, the accessories that this thing comes with, it's almost worth the money just for that. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you what exactly I'm talking about. Starting with the alternative heads that we get some beautiful alternative head sculpts right here. I mean, that is unbelievable. I really like this alternative head a lot. And if you were to just spend the 40 bucks just to get all these, because you get a good amount of accessories with hands, alternative heads, and even a nice weapon effect, that's almost worth the 40 bucks alone just to get this figure, even if you hate the figure or not. The figure's still average, but these accessories are really, really nice. So that's one alternative head. We also get another alternative head with basically him smiling, so I really do like that. Do wish the red in his eyes was painted a little bit nicer, but again, not a big deal. Another one right here, basically just a nice little smirking, so pretty good there. Other alternative head, I really like this one a lot. This is the one, of course, very iconic for Dragon Ball Z fans, where he basically mocks Goku, just pulls his little eyelid down, sticks his tongue out, so that's really nice there. And then, of course, we get him grinning, like that one a lot. Of course, I really like this too, because this is also iconic. This is where, again, he was continually mocking Goku, so really good here. I think actually he mocked Vegeta with this one. This is the pose where he mocks Vegeta, and Vegeta gets pissy with him and actually beats him up for a couple of seconds, and then he gets his ass kicked again. But still very, very nice. I really do like this accessory a lot, and I'm very curious. I'm going to try to figure out how this all goes on, because it's only pegged down here. There's no hole down here, so I imagine that his chest pretty much just comes right out. So, and then of course the really, really, really nice accessory weapon effect that we do get, the blast effect. This is a really cool one. Now, it does peg right in there with the hand and everything, so I really do like that the hand is already incorporated. You can see the multiple blast points, so it's really, really nice, really scattered shot. Really like that a lot. It's really good. The purple's beautiful on it. The only thing though, just be warned, is that it pegs in right about here with this piece that it comes with. Mine already broke as I was trying to actually put this on off camera. So, I mean, luckily these things like this is very inexpensive and very cheap. And there's also other ways of actually, you know, making it stand up with this, and not a big deal. I'll be able to, you know, either get my boy Jared to 3D print me one of these, or again, I can go buy a handful of these actually for about $5-10 bucks. So again, not a big deal, just be warned, that's all. Because again, the holes, it pegs into this side right there, and then you have to peg it on top of it, and as I was trying to do it, the thing just snapped like a toothpick. So just be careful. Other things, we also get a couple of hands. These are the hands that basically will pull down his eyelids for, pretty much the mocking ones. He also has a couple of pointers, little grippy hands as well. So we get a couple of those, and then we get a set of these ones as well, more grippy hands, more pointing fingers, stuff like that, because again, Kid Buu's always just playing fun and mocking people. Of course, we do have the standard fist, and then we have these hands as well. which only have like the index finger painted. I think the rest of them should have been painted. Kind of weird. Also too, like you can see too, like it's just pretty much, there's no lines that actually signal his hands. I think all of his hands kind of look like that. It just basically looks like a smudged bubble gum, which is okay for Kid Buu, but for other characters, I would imagine that this would not be okay. So, all right, so those are the accessories. Now, let's go ahead and address the white elephant in the room, and that is, how does this compare to an SH Figuarts? So, the closest thing I have to compare to it is Curlin. And you guys can see, as far as size goes, pretty comparable, pretty almost identical sizes. So it's really good there. As far as articulation goes, this is kind of what I was trying to address earlier. When you go through the articulation, see how like a lot of these pieces are on the inside chest of like Curlin? That's like standard SH Figuarts. And you can see how because of that, you get a little more range out of the head with a double ball peg, which is pretty much better. Whereas Kid Buu, you can see it's on the outside of his chest plate right there. They should probably address this, make it on the inside, and give it a little more articulation for the head. That would improve it greatly. The other thing that needs to be improved are these knees right here. You guys can see standard SH Figuarts has that nice double jointed knee. Yes, there's a little bit of a gap, but you get a nice bend of a knee there. And yes, that does happen to some of them. Whereas this one, it's almost like the ankle and the knee is where it cuts. It's very close to their ankles. They should be a little bit higher, about right here is where the cut should be. And I think that would give it a much better articulation for the knees for the Tonsen Arttoys toys. As far as, you know, the arms are pretty good actually. I wouldn't really do much differently with the arms, but as far as like the SH Figuarts goes, and versus the Tonsen Arttoys, I think they're both pretty comparable. So I wouldn't change too much about it. So just a couple of things that they can maybe improve on, and if they were to do that, they would get better articulation. And you know, hey, if you are looking for a cheaper alternative, I do think this is a pretty good alternative. All in all, I'm going to give this a final score between the price that I paid for, what you get in the box. The box art is actually pretty nice too, so if you were an in-box collector, this is pretty good. But let's be honest, you're buying this because you want a cheaper alternative. So with all that being said, I'm going to give this a solid 7.6 out of 10. I do think it's very good. And again, the price you're paying is what's gonna like stand out to you. For $48, just a little bit less than 50, I got all of this, and I am definitely happy with my purchase. Maybe down the line, I will turn around and get an actual SH Figuarts Kid Buu, but until that day comes, maybe they'll reprint or reissue a lot of these figures, which I'm hoping that SH will do, because if they do that, then you'll see a dramatic dip in the market. Until then, I'm just gonna keep looking out for these cheaper alternative knockoffs. I'm totally okay with that, because I don't feel like spending the money for SH Figuarts. I think SH Figuarts is getting a little too big for its bridges. I think some of these prices that we're seeing is just astronomical. They have all the means and the tools necessary to just reprint figures, and they refuse to do it because I really do think they rather dictate the market. Not for me. I'm happy to see that there are third-party companies that are willing to tackle this, and I hope to see more of this. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments section. That's going to do it for me. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll see you guys next time.